Hey, what's going on, everybody? Rob Satcham here from Feedbackwrench, and I've got some search engine optimization tips here for if you're a small business. You know, one of the things that can get overwhelming in the digital world is there's so many different platforms that you can be posting on and creating content on. You've got LinkedIn, YouTube, Google My Business, you've got Bing. Nobody uses Bing. There used to be Google Plus. You've got Twitter, you've got YouTube, you've got Instagram, you've got Tumblr. There's so many different ones, and it's hard to know what it is that you should actually participate in, right? Well, I want you to stop and think about real quick how it is that people are going to intersect with your company, right? So in search engine optimization, there's basically two things you're going to do. You think about the queries that people are going to ask, right? So the queries are the questions they're going to go to Google or Bing and ask, or even YouTube, and they're going to ask those queries. And you want to be answering particular questions, right? There's probably a whole set of questions that you want to partake in. As a company, you should sit down and write out what are the questions that our prospective clients might be asking that we want to be involved in answering. And that would be the first step, is to actually create blog posts or web pages, YouTube content, all about solving those queries or helping people understand how to solve problems or what you do, or how. Another thing could be is how is it that you choose a great solution in your sector, right? You want to equip them with, if I was you choosing a concrete person, this is what I would look at, right? So that's the first thing, is you answer queries. Now you have core commercial keywords as a small business. Core commercial keywords are like the 1 to 3 top keywords that have to do with when people want to find the solution in your industry. It's what they're going to type in. So if you think about it, for remodelers, it's remodelers near me, or remodeling companies, remodeling contractors, basement remodeling contractors. If you're in if you sell property management software, that would be what it is. If you're in the business of doing I was just intersecting with a company that does a stock market simulator. And that would be your core commercial keyword. If you go into like Ahrefs or use a keyword search tool, you're going to see that that's probably the primary thing they're going to search when they've decided they want to find a solution. So you need to do that. And then the second thing is you need to build up your authority for those for your website, for your company, and for your solutions to those queries. And that's getting backlinks, getting reviews, and having a great on-page experience. So real quick, I want you to stop and think about how people will actually search. One, you're going to search problems, right? So when I was a tax and accounting firm, people would search LLC versus S Corp. And that's how this channel got started. We created an explainer video about an LLC versus an S Corp. When do you not want to be an S Corp? How much money could you save as an S Corp? The 3 drawbacks of an S Corp. That content is meant to intersect with people that have that problem, because we loved serving as an outsourced accountant for S Corps. Now you should go to Xendoo. There's a link in my description and check them out. They're the best. But that's one type. You have all these obscure, they're called long tail keywords that you want to participate in, and that can drive tons of traffic. You want to participate in those. So if I were to search how to fix crumbling driveways, my driveway is sinking, driveway sinking causes, things like that. If you have those solutions, people will find them, and a couple things happen. One, people will find them and you'll get introduced to that person, right? Well, when you do that, you might have people from all over the country finding you, right? But Google's also seeing that you're solving that query, and it's giving you a little vote of confidence in the algorithm to say, these people solve queries about this subject. And I'm telling you, after Google kind of decides that about you, by backlinks and on-page user experience, you'll start to have more success in that category, right? That's the first thing, long tail keywords. People are going to search that. But then the second side is, let's say that they finally find out about you. They hear about you on the radio, they find your YouTube video, they find something about you, and now they want to search you. So real quick, I want you to go over to Google and search your business name. Now, these tips are all about, I want the right things to happen for your business over time, so that when people actually search your business, they're going to see that you're a full-fledged, high-protein, great company and a great solution, and you want to dominate. When people actually search your name, you definitely want to dominate in those search results. So here are some tips, because it can be overwhelming in understanding what you can do. In order for you to dominate that kind of search engine query, what you're going to have to do is you need to participate in some major platforms. So that's part of what I'm answering here is which social media platforms and which posting systems do you actually want to partake in so that it helps you when people actually search your name, they're going to find you and see your content. So the first thing you should know is Facebook and Google are kind of at odds with each other in a sense. They're not total enemies, but if you were to search Feedbackwrench, it'll be my website, usually my YouTube channel, Twitter account, and Facebook pages right up on the top. That's usually some of the first stuff that's going to come back, right? Now, Facebook is good for two reasons. As a small business owner, you want to have posts because in the walled garden of Facebook, you can drive business. You should do advertising on them. You should be posting for engagement and different opportunities. But when it comes to SEO, Google does not crawl that system. Here's what it does crawl though. On your Google My Business page, your Google My Business reviews are the primary thing you should be driving as a small local business. You need more reviews than anybody else. You need to optimize that and everything. But Google My Business will also search and crawl to find reviews on Facebook. So there is value, limited value, in having lots of reviews on Facebook because it will show up in your Google My Business rich snippet. So that's the value to Facebook. But outside of that, Facebook doesn't have a ton of value when it comes to search engine optimization. But there's another little thing that we've seen might help with the indicators of how SEO is. When you share a blog post or a web page on Facebook and it receives likes, that gets denoted in the overarching system of the web. So if you have a page that has 1,000 page likes or a blog post that has a ton of page likes on Twitter, shares, and Facebook likes, it appears that Google understands that and knows that, and it may be one of 1,000 factors that play into that. But I would just say that when you're thinking about SEO, it's good to have your Facebook page up there. It's good to have reviews. Primary should be Google reviews. It's good to have reviews because it'll show up in your Google My Business local snippet. And then it's good to have likes on your pages, but primarily it's not going to be driving a lot of inbound SEO traffic. Here's another little tip. When you have a Facebook page, make sure you go in and verify the Facebook page. That would be a huge tip. The other tip that I would have is with Facebook and LinkedIn, you want to install the Facebook and LinkedIn tracking pixels and the tracking code in the header of your website so that there's some integration so that Facebook understands how people are using your website too. So Facebook's not super valuable, but when you search your business name, here's what you're going to see is as your Twitter profile gets more attention, and if you have a YouTube channel, those two companies, those two systems integrate really well on the Google search pages when people search your company name. Same with images. So the three that tend to have a lot of good supporting factors to them, and this is why you'd want to be active on Twitter and active on YouTube no matter what business you're in, is because when people finally search your business name, if they see what's called the rich snippets, you'll see there's a whole Twitter rich snippet system, there's a whole YouTube video rich snippet system. If you have an actual fleshed out profile on each one of those, that's going to be supporting, like, oh man, I bumped into Feedbackwrench, oh man, I bumped into Johnny Realtor, or whatever that is. You want to participate on those because it's super helpful. So that would be my advice. Start making YouTube content, start tweeting personally, start giving tips and advice on those two platforms. And that's going to help you a lot when people search for your business. So those are the two types of search queries. You have, hey, I have a problem, I'm trying to get that problem solved. You have your core commercial keywords, and then you have your, like, people actually search your name. And the value when people actually search your name is to have a great Google My Business account, to have tweets that are engaging and going on, having YouTube content, and then having all your profiles set up. That'd be my last thing. Every single social media profile you could possibly get should be breathed out, should have words and meaty, good descriptions around your core commercial keywords, and that'll be great. I hope that's helpful.